Whenever you were watching Sky's coverage of the 2020 Fedcup Asia Oceania Grade 2 qualifying here, where good news, New Zealand has managed to win the ledger here 2-0 after our two singles matches that were up first against the Philippines. Valentina Ivanov came out in a great straight sets win there, and then Paige Hurrigan got pushed as well, but she manages to get the win. And the great news about that, Aotearoa New Zealand Fedcup women's side for the first time in 10 years progressed to group number 1. Congratulations to them. So the ledger has been won by our girls, and just because we are like that on Sky Sport, the home of tennis, got more action for you. Doubles to wrap up what's been a cracker of a finals day just moments away. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome out the first of the doubles pairings from the Philippines, Mariancapadocia and Shaira Hope Riviera. And I know this one's going to get applause with some friends and whānau in the crowd as well. Let's hear it for our Kiwi girls, Kelly Southwood and Emily Fanning.
So with the tie wrapped up, it is down to Kelly Southwood and Emily Fanning to round out a successful week at the Fedcup for New Zealand. A change of tack from the captain, Marina Arakovic. Originally was going to be Paige Hurrigan and Erin Routliffe named to play this doubles tie, but instead giving the final match to Kelly Southwood, who on debut played the opening doubles and now gets a chance to finish it off along with Emily Fanning, who was a real workhorse throughout the week for New Zealand. And nice to come into a final match like this. No pressure on whatsoever, other than the pressure that comes from themselves and those people there in the background, lots of friends and family, particularly for Kelly Southwood, the local Wellingtonian.
Okay, good afternoon. Now it's not super hot, look forward to, right? The format changed for this match. We will play 2 tie-break sets with no weight scoring, and if it will be 1 set off, we will play 10 points match tie-break. Okay? No weight and 10 points match tie-break. So 25 seconds between points, and I think that's it. Do you have any questions?
No left, no add. And
left, it's still left. Come on. No, do not create something else. It's just no wet. If it's used, we are playing decided point. Okay?
Just that.
Yeah. Yes.
And the super tie break.
And a super tie break for 10 points if it will be 1 set off. Okay? No more questions?
No more questions.
We'll change everything the same. 9-11 for balls, 5 line umpires. Questions? No? Head or tail?
Tail.
This is tail. This is head. Head. Serve. Okay.
So the Philippines to serve first, but important to note in that chat there with the chair umpire that we will revert back to the traditional doubles rules, or the newer doubles rules, and that there will be no juice point played, strong advantage, and a super tiebreaker if needed. As we see Kelly Southwood, the accountant from Wellington here, and played in their opening doubles against Mongolia with Erin Routliffe. So nice touch by Marina Arakovic to just change things up and give Southwood another go in this team with the tie wrapped up, and she'll team up with Emily Fanning. Emily Fanning, who has put in a really good shift for New Zealand, is rock solid really in her singles and then in the doubles as well. There are her results, just dropping 3 games throughout, really good. And so we can go over and have a chat to Erin Routliffe, who gets to put her feet up for the day now the tie's won. Nice for you, Erin, but just tell us what it's like for the team now. This tie wrapped up, finally, promotion, you've done it.
Yeah, this is my 4th Fedcup playing for New Zealand, and we've never had a chance to play out and get out of the group. So we were really, really excited this morning, all of us, to play, and I'm just so happy to get out and have a new opportunity next year in a higher group.
What have you done well, do you think, as a team across the week? You've been obviously playing opponents that are maybe slightly lesser ranked or whatever, but what have you done as a group that's just worked so well?
Yeah, I mean, in every match you got to go in and remember that you're playing the way you want to play, and no matter who the opponent is on the other side. So I think every single person has done a really, really good job of that. Whether it's in the doubles at the end of the day or the first singles, second singles, we've all done a really good job at staying really focused and professional.
And while we've got you, what's next for you in the year ahead?
Tomorrow I go to Hamilton. I'm going to play a 15K, singles and doubles there, and then I'm going to Australia for a couple tournaments in Perth, and that's all I've got right now, and then I'll figure out the rest in a bit.
And then it begins. Well, enjoy putting your feet up and watching this one, and a wee chance for a celebration with your team a bit later. Thanks, Erin.
I will. Thanks so much.
Ball, please.
Both of these Philippines players put in a good shift in their singles matches. Not much of a break for this woman, Mariancapadocia, who was beaten by Paige Hurrigan in her singles, but has had overall a good week for the Philippines. And she teams up with Shira Rivera, who really impressed us in her first match in the singles against Valentina Ivanov. Pushed her all the way. She was down 4-1. Got it back to 5-all in that first set, and then you can see the result, 7-5, 6-1. But just started to tire a little bit, and you wonder for these two players if that's a bit of a factor here too. Belinda Cordell in this doubles match. They've already had a big workload today.
Fedcup by BNP Paribas,
Yes, I
Oceania.
think
Group.
doubles is a different game, and certainly with the pressure of all four players, we can expect there to be quite a bit of fun and quite a few smiles out there from a physical perspective, not exerting yourself in the same way that you do on the singles court. That said, I think both players from the Philippines did tire slightly disappointingly in their singles. It's an area perhaps of their games going forward that they need to work on is just that endurance and fitness over a long period of a match. But with a break that they've both had, I don't expect them to be too fatigued this afternoon.
1 minute.
So, for the first time, Southwood and Fanning teaming up. We've seen both women play with Erin Routliffe. And there's almost physical similarities, isn't there, in that Southwood, much like Routliffe, very tall, lean, the bigger server, and then you've got quicker Fanning, who was really good at the net backing up that big serve of Routliffe the other day. I see if Southwood can take on that role, perhaps.
Well, that'll certainly be what the New Zealanders are looking for. Some big serves and some intercepts at the net. And I suspect looking to dominate the women from the Philippines right from the first point. It is a dead rubber. New Zealand are through to Group A. Group 1. Asia, Oceania, but will still be wanting to put in a good performance here.
And off them up.
So one final match to end a big week of tennis here at the Renoff Centre in Wellington. Asia, Oceania Group 2 is wrapped up for New Zealand, but can they make a clean sweep of all their matches? Kelly Southwood and Erin Routliffe for New Zealand against Shira Hope Rivera and Marian Jade Cappadocia for the Philippines.
Last 15. Ball, please. Can you wait, please? Thank you. Channel. Yes, follow there. You have time, yes. Shot y'all.
Pinpoint serving there to the backhand of Fanning. Unless Fanning hits the ball a bit earlier, the angle gets pretty tough. But often at the start of a match, it takes just a few games to get used to the server, and obviously in doubles there are two. The New Zealanders just acclimatising on the return of serve.
Yeah,
The Philippines hold to start. I'm going to love, just a reminder too, so we're reverting back to the regulation doubles rules from the old school rules we had been using, so no advantage point. The deuce point is receiver's choice, and if needs be we'll go to a super tie break. Kelly Southwood for New Zealand.
Kelly Southwood to serve. Line for service. Line 15.
Good reactions here. Fanning not doing too much with the volley, which gave the opportunity to reflex another volley back.
Now remembering these two from the Philippines have played some really good doubles this week, and winning that decisive match against Thailand 7-6 in the third to get them through to the final in the first place. So this is a tough matchup for a New Zealand pairing. A good switch from the Kiwis, shot from Southwood.
Well, it was a good shot from Southwood, but the Philippines team do well the way they take the net away from their opponents. It's a good place to win the point from. It's nice to see that they're looking to come forward.
Really chance to break here for the Philippines.
Game, Philippines.
Oh, just got forced too far back there, Southwood. Disappointed. Their first service game gives the Philippines a 2-love lead to start.
Mariancapadocia for Philippines to serve.
Well played, Philippines working in tandem nicely, the two of them.
15 love.
Well, it's a good lob here, but Emily Fanning's a little bit too close to the net. The returner serve wasn't great by Southwood, so Fanning, if she's a bit further back, could maybe get the lobs on the full.
Great angle, Fanning.
Well, it's the first sort of decent rally both players have been able to make. Cross court from the back of the court. And the longer the rally goes on, the more you would bet on the New Zealand pair to win the point. See, look how close Fanning moves in there to the net. She's doing that so she can anticipate a volley, but she's got to watch the lob.
Oh, Fanning had gone the wrong way. Lucky for New Zealand.
Thank you. Can we have the ball, please? Thank you. Thank you. Can you wait, please? Coaches, 30.
Consolidating the break, the Philippines. Fabulous start for them. 3 games to love.
3 games to love.